Hi, this is PC Roger, and in this short video what I wanted to do was show you how to set the IP address of the Axis M1031-W. It's the same camera I did the review on. We're going to set the IP address because, well, quite honestly, I like to know exactly what device I'm talking to and on what address. I do not like DHCP for this purpose. This is what the camera came up with from DHCP, a .126 address. As you might see here, I've got my camera set in a specific range because, well, I like my network organized. We can see when this camera was found, and was found automatically by the Axis camera management software. Pulls up the serial number. I can double check that just to make sure that it is the right camera. The serial number is on the camera. You notice under the credentials it says OK. Now one of the things you might double check is under Tools, Options, Security. The HTTPS security level, you can probably have that disabled, but when I started it said accept only valid certificates, and I was getting an invalid certificate on one of my cameras here because it was self-signed, but that's really not required or essential, so you could disable that. But the first thing you want to do is highlight the camera that you want to set the IP for, and select Enter Device Credentials. And the credentials, by default, a username of root and a password of pass, P-A-S-S. And I do suggest that you change that. Now to assign an IP, it's as easy as right-clicking on the highlighted camera. Select that I want 188. Subnet masks, since it is a standard Class C subnet, use the 255.255.255.0. And the router is just the .1. So we're just going to set this to 188 and click OK. Now this camera is a wireless or a wired camera. Personally, when making any configuration changes, and especially upgrading firmware, I prefer to plug it in with a cable and use the wired connection. And you can see here in the results, it has the address, subnet mask, and default router as being the new assignment, and it tells you the old assignment was DHCP. And that's it. You can now bring up a web browser and you can access that camera with the web browser if you choose. Put in the address bar here. Now you can see that we've got a little bit newer firmware on this camera, and they're offering the opportunity to create a signed certificate. So you can use HTTPS. And you can see here that the password is now a maximum of 64 characters. Username is still root. And they want us to change it. And I'll create a longer one later, but for right now that'll work. And there it is, showing the door. But now you can click the setup icon and you can get in. Again, you can see what the firmware version is, upgraded. One other note I'll make is that anytime I assign a static IP address to a device, I always put a label on the device. You know, taking a look at it, you find it wherever it is. Maybe it's been in the box, maybe it's been in use for a long time. You want to configure it, you think, how in the world can I get at that thing? You know what the IP address is. You don't have to guess or wonder. It's labeled right on the device. But the configuration is really the topic of another video. All we wanted to do was see how to set the IP address of this Axis M1031-W network camera on this video, and that's what we've done. So thanks for watching this video. Please come to my website, PCRoger.com. I've got a lot of other information on a lot of different computer topics and mobile devices. We'll see you there.